what is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Small Town Horror with Johnny and Randy. And as always, I'm Johnny.
I'm Randy.
And we are out from seeing Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
Yes. I know we're a little bit late because this movie came out in December 2024. But we just left the theater and we were actually in the vehicle doing our review. So, yeah, Nosferatu 2024 man.
Bill's guard, Skarsgård.
Yeah,
Skarsgård?
as Count Orlok, and we got Lily Rose Depp, which I will go on record and say that if she does not start getting cast in more roles, it's going to be a shame.
She did a really good job.
She did
really good job.
Yes, and she looks so much like her mom and dad. It ain't even funny. And it really surprised me how much she looks like the original actress in the original Nosferatu.
See, I don't remember the actress from that, but she did look an awful lot like Winona Ryder.
That's not her mama.
No, I know, but in different scenes,
yeah,
I seen Winona Ryder from Dracula.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was just her pale skin and dark hair. And
maybe
all that good stuff.
But Randy, go ahead and hit us with the cast, man.
So we've got William Dafoe plays P.R. Albin.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Skarsgård is Count Orlok. Lily Rose Depp is Ellen Hutter. Nicholas, I think it's Holt.
Yeah, I believe so.
Is Thomas Hutter. There is Aaron Taylor Johnson plays Frederick Harding. And his wife, Emma Corrin, is Anna Harding. And then we have Ralph Ineson as Dr. Wilhelm. And that's really, I mean, you've got Simon McBurney plays Hernock.
Yeah, he was pretty much the
Renfield.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's pretty much the main.
That's the main peoples.
Yeah, man. Here, let's see. IMDb scored it a 7.6 out of a 10, and Rotten Tomatoes scored it at 85%.
Very rarely are they so close.
And this movie came out in 2024, and it's categorized as horror mystery, is rated R, and it is 2 hours and 12 minutes long. And I will go on record and say, I felt every bit of it.
Oh, I'm so glad you said it, not me.
Well, because Randy's always the one that says, yeah, I felt like it. And that's when you normally know he doesn't care for a movie.
It's not that I don't care for the movie. It's just if it feels over 2 hours long, there's a reason for it.
But what worried me before we even went and seen this is every time they remake a classic, they expand it for an extra 2 hours or whatever, because it's like, dude, there's not that much story to tell. If the original 1922 was a success, and I don't know how long it was, but let's say it was an hour and a half, why do you want to throw an extra 30 minutes on there?
Yeah, I think
that's like
an hour and 20 minutes.
Not the new Wolfman, but the Wolfman that came out with Anthony Hopkins a few years ago. That's supposed to be like a reimagination of the original Lon Chaney Jr. Wolfman.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember watching it being like, oh my gosh. I was like, this is so freaking long, and they added so many scenes that was unnecessary.
No, they feel like they have like advances so much in technology, and they feel like, well, we can add an extra 25, 30 minutes on it, given all the new stuff that we have at our disposal.
Yeah.
Just because you add 20, 30 minutes on it don't make it any better.
Right. And honestly, I will go ahead and say that I did like the movie. I did like the take on Nosferatu. And we're not really giving any spoilers on this, which if you've seen the original or if you've ever read the book, you know what's going to happen.
I mean, it's been out for a month.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I was really surprised and happy how they kept it really story-based to, like, where I knew what was going to happen and I knew what was upcoming and stuff. And even though they did stretch the movie out and add scenes, it wasn't that I ever felt like, well, this is unnecessary. This is unnecessary. Yeah.
It's funny because we've done the original Nosferatu.
Yeah.
We've done Dracula with Gary Oldman, Keanu Reeves, Winona Ryder, and we've done Dracula Dead and Loving It.
And we did Interview with the Vampire.
But the 3 Dracula movies Nosferatu, Dracula, and Dracula Dead and Loving It all follow the same storyline.
Yeah.
Not necessarily verbatim,
Right.
but the plot is the exact same.
Mm-hmm.
It's just different takes on it.
Yeah.
And I'll say this stayed true to the story.
It did.
As far as that
definitely.
goes.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm mixed. I didn't. Hold on. Do we want to?
Yeah. I mean, we'll do what we've been doing.
The pulling scale.
Yeah. So let's go ahead, and we really ain't got a whole lot of room in the vehicle to do the.
I don't care. When I say pulling scale,
we're gonna do the pulling scale.
The pulling scale.
Yes.
Okay.
The pulling scale. So I'll go ahead and let you go first then.
All right. So I'm gonna go first. So I'm gonna give it a thumbs in the middle. I'm gonna give it a one-time watch, and the reason that is because it is such a long movie. It's 2 hours and 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And you feel every minute of it because there are so many scenes that drag out, not in necessarily a bad way, but in a slow way. There's a lot of movies that are slow burn type movies, and this is definitely one of them.
Yes.
This is definitely a slow burn movie. If you're not somebody that can sit there, you can ask Johnny. I've watched movies 3 or 4 hours long before.
Mm-hmm.
And I can sit through the whole thing if I'm really interested in it and it's going and going and going. I had to get up and go to the bathroom on this one. I couldn't. It didn't keep me enthralled enough for me to go, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to wait.
Right.
That being said, I like the story because it stays true to the original story.
Yeah.
Of Dracula.
Yeah.
I thought William Dafoe did a really good job.
Oh yeah.
Which such a great actor.
He is
such a great actor.
Yes.
And I thought the cast overall in this movie was really good.
Mm-hmm.
There were only a couple of shots of Nosferatu where I could make out Bill Skarsgård.
I never could.
There was one scene, I think, without giving any spoilers, he's face to face with her, but the camera pans to the side and you kind of get a profile shot of him, and that's when I could see it. You have to use your imagination and really look into it, but I could see, like, for Pennywise, there were a lot of scenes where you could see Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah.
And this one was a little bit harder, but there were a couple of times where you could get shots of him. Their take on the look of Count Orlok, I wasn't like overly fond of it, but it wasn't to the point where it just put me off of the movie altogether.
Yeah.
They kept him in really good shadow and darkness through the whole movie until the very end.
I loved his voice.
I did like his voice. And I loved every time he took a step, it didn't matter what he was walking on, you heard it.
Yeah, I'm glad you noticed that.
Boom. And it was like he was walking on hollowed floors or something like that.
Yeah.
Because every step he took, you heard and you could feel in the bass and it was really cool.
Yeah.
The reason I give it the one-time watch, the thumbs in the middle, is not because it was a bad movie. It was because it was a long movie.
Yeah.
I honestly prefer the original to this one, and I prefer Dracula to this story, just because it's one of the ones that I connect to the most. But I'm gonna give it a thumbs in the middle, and I'm gonna give it a B minus.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a B minus. Like I said, not a bad movie. Just it was really long. There were a lot of really drawn out scenes, and I will say this: none of the actors or actresses did a bad job.
Right.
I thought everybody did a pretty good job.
Well, I'll give it a thumbs up. I did like the film. I actually did like this film over the original Nosferatu. But I like the original Nosferatu, the Count Orlok's face and design better than this one.
We never got the shot either.
Yeah. Where he raises up out of the casket.
Or comes out of the closet.
I did like the original 1922 look. I feel he was more creepy. But I like the presence in this one as far as the footsteps, like you said, the voice. I will watch it again because I'm going to have to put the subtitles on certain time Orlok talks because I couldn't really understand what he was saying. I think, like I said, Lily Rose Depp did an amazing job. and this had to take a lot out of her because every scene she was tossing, turning, yelling, crying, screaming. She did phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm like you. I don't feel like there was a bad actor or actress in this film. I think everybody carried their role perfect.
And everybody did a really good emotional acting job.
Yeah, they did. Um, and I feel like if this film was an hour and 40 minutes long, I think I would give it a higher grade than what it is.
Yeah.
But uh, here's the thing. I would recommend you to watch it. I give it a thumbs up, but it's not really. I'm not going to go as far as a one-time watch because I will watch it again with the subtitles to see more of what I missed or what was said that I didn't quite comprehend. But I'm glad they stuck with the original storyline. I thought the music fit this movie perfect, and I loved the shots in this movie. There was some of the most beautiful shots I've ever seen in a horror film, or no, not even just a horror film, a film. Um, they positioned everybody so perfect that it almost made the background so much huger than the actual individual that was in the middle of the shot. I mean, if that makes any sense. The snow in this movie really lit up the screen, and there was times, I don't know, and this is probably just me, but there was times where, like when they were going through the castle and they were just holding their lantern, all you could see was around their face, and it was glowing orange, and it reminded me of the silent film, because in the silent film they would use different colors, and I thought that was pretty neat that you couldn't see outside that bubble. Go ahead, Randy. I know you're going to.
So there's the scene where Thomas is going to Count Orlok's castle at the beginning of the movie. There's a shot before he's walking down and the carriage is coming, and it's during the nighttime, the snow's falling. I don't know how well this is going to pick up on camera. I'll get the picture to Johnny and we can post it.
Yeah.
But that was the shot. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, you can see it pretty good.
But yeah, that I had to take a picture of it. That's going to end up being my background somewhere.
Yeah,
But it looks like a painting. It's crazy.
That's what the thing was is you could never tell that the background was CGI or green screen, nothing like that, in my opinion. I just truly felt like they captured the weather, they captured the environment very well in the film, and so thumbs up. I do recommend you to give it a watch. Yes, the film should have been a little shorter, but I'm going to give this movie a B. I'm going to go with a B just because I did enjoy it, but it'll be one of those ones that, like I said, I'm not going to watch over and over. The acting's what really just caught my attention. The look of Orlok, I did like it, but it didn't scream Nosferatu. It screamed more of just a evil spirit, demon, whatever you want to call it. It didn't seem like a vampire to me. But I did like the look of Bill Skarsgård. I liked the voice, and like you said, every time he took a step, it was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not disappointed that I come and seen it, but it does make me now like I want to see the Wolfman. And before the movie even started, we seen a couple trailers already that were like, well, we can do that. And yep, we can do that. There's a new Valentine's Day movie coming out next month that we're like, well, we might as well hit that up.
It's called Heart Eyes.
Yeah.
Something like that.
No, I mean, overall, that's our rating, but I know this is going to be a quick episode, but to be 100%, we don't want to give spoilers. But if you've seen the original, then you know what happened.
Yeah.
But I will say, as far as the ending, I was wondering if they were going to keep the ending like the original. I don't want to go into too much spoilers, but I really wondered how they were going to play that out.
I like the way they did it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You did?
I did like the way.
Oh yeah, I did too. But yeah, I mean, we don't really have I don't want to keep harking because we can't spoil anything. But
yeah, the more we talk, the more we're gonna be getting in the movie. So
right, but I'm just saying it wasn't a waste. I'll say that. It did drag. There was a few scenes that I'm like, man, I could have swore we just seen this scene 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. There were some scenes that seemed to go about a third of the movie.
Yeah,
but
But overall, when you do go to watch an old timey movie that's made like this, you expect that. And he'll probably roll his eyes. I know he's gonna roll his eyes, but I put this over any Dracula movie we've watched so far.
Stupid. He's dumb. He's just dumb.
Interview with the Vampire, I hated.
You're stupid.
What was the other one?
The
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Bram Stoker's Dracula was 10 times better than this.
I would watch this over that movie.
This might be the last podcast.
Okay, I would watch Dead and Loving It before I would watch this one again. But anyway, no. So this is our out of the theater reaction. Like I said, I know this wasn't a long episode, but like I said, that's our thoughts and opinions on it. So unless you got something else you want to share, man.
Not without getting into the movie.
Well, and our next episode will be Stir of Echoes, starring the one and only Kevin Bacon.
The Baconator.
Yeah, so as always, check us out on all of our social media. And you can catch our podcasts anywhere podcasts are available. And, of course, our YouTube channel. And we're still doing the Horror Mystery Box giveaway until February 1st. And we've gotten a few contenders thrown in there already.
Do we?
Yes, we do. So, anyway, as always, remember to stay scared.
Stay spooky.